Guys, you will not believe this, but whales are right now dumping billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin into the open market. Today, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about one of the biggest manipulation that's been happening in crypto this year. So this is absolutely insane. Are we about to see an XRP spot ETF? Today, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about BlackRock potentially manipulating the market right now. We're going to talk about the technicals because yes, the bearish divergence is playing out. And are we going to hold this orange line, which we came down and found support of at $36,000, or are we going to start to roll over and go down lower? Well, today I'm going to talk about very important stuff, guys, so make sure to watch this video from the beginning until the end. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's begin here first for Bitcoin, guys. And what you can see is that yesterday we did have, finally we saw this bearish divergence, which I've been talking about for a couple of days already. I started talking about this 3 days ago. I was warning you about the next Bitcoin move potentially being a little bit to the downside. And this is what we've been seeing right now. We're starting to see Bitcoin come down here. Now, we did see a pretty decent pullback. I mean, from the top here at $38,000, we went down by almost 5%, which is not, I mean, it's not extremely low, but still, it's a decent pullback of 5%. Now, we did come down and we came just shy of the orange line down here at 36,100. So this is where the bulls started to step in and they pumped Bitcoin, and we are having a little bit of a bounce right now. Now, I still believe, and my thesis is still the same. And if you watched my video a couple of days ago, you know that I said that I was going to build a little bit of a short position going up here. Now, if you did build that short position, then taking profit at this orange line would have been the big move to do right now. Why? Because I do believe that in the next few days, you are going to see a decisive move for Bitcoin. Sure, it could be to the downside, but if you're holding a short position and you see a decisive move towards the upside, of course, that's not too fun. So getting out here at the orange line, if you were at a short, that would have been a very nice trade. I mean, if you started to short here, let's say your average price is right here at the consolidation, this would have been 2.7%, 10x leverage, 27% in profit, which is not too bad. So the bearish divergence, you can see it play out right now as well. So you can see higher high here on the Bitcoin price, lower highs on the RSI. So the question is, are we going to continue towards the downside right here, or are we going to potentially have another little bit of a pump here, which could mean that the RSI also makes a lower high again? So we could still come up to, let's say, slightly above $38,000 and still have this, and then the RSI, this level can just be extended, something like this, right? But for now, I still think the base case is that we are going to trend down. But this isn't a normal market. But just like I said in my video yesterday, you do have some significant events happening this week. So these events are going to completely change what's been happening here with Bitcoin and with Ethereum, guys. This is interesting because Ethereum actually went above my orange line. It did have a big pump here yesterday. And then we came down, we found support. But then we went down again, and on the daily time frame, you can see that we didn't manage to break through this level. So, I mean, a little bit of a potential manipulation situation here, where we go up, we hold it, looking like, okay, so we're potentially going to continue towards upside, but then boom, straight down again, erasing all of this, having this kind of BART head pattern here. So that is something that we need to be aware of. Also for traditional markets, guys, and I'm going to talk about this before I talk about the massive manipulation and the whales are selling billions of dollars. So for traditional markets, guys, you can see that on the 4-hourly time frame, we are actually pumping a little bit. So we're going up, we're continuing towards the upside. On the daily time frame, it's looking like this, having us find support of the red line, coming up here, breaking through it, finding support on this indecisive candle, and now continuing to the upside on the daily time frame. So this is still looking pretty well for traditional markets. And so let's continue. Last week saw an inflow of $300 million almost, which is super nice. You can see the inflows are really accelerating here for Bitcoin or crypto in general. And this is real money entering the crypto space. So that is absolutely fantastic that you continue to see more money being invested into the crypto space. Now, yesterday, we did see the CBOE announce that they are going to launch also futures products for Bitcoin and Ethereum on 11th of January. Now, this is big because CBOE is the largest options exchange in the world. So again, as you see these very reputable traditional finance players enter into the crypto space, it provides more legitimacy to the crypto space. So this puts more pressure on the SEC to approve those ETFs as soon as possible. Now, strange coincidence is that it's happening on 11th of January, which is actually the day after the first final deadline for, let me see here which one it is. Yeah, it is actually this one, the ARK Bitcoin ETF. So this is the first final deadline. Now, I thought a little bit about this, okay? So I think that the SEC are really pondering right now. They are really looking for what they are going to do, because I think that they really want to approve all the ETFs all at once. Now, as we've been discussing here on the channel, the final day in which they can do that is this Friday, which is on the 17th. And I really think that they want to do that, guys. So if I was 40-60 yesterday, I'm more like 50-50 right now that they could actually approve all of the ETFs on this Friday, because they just want to approve all of them. Why? Like, instead of approving one on the 10th of January, then approving a couple of more, then approving a couple of more. I think that they want to approve all of them, but they could do it that way, like approve them as they go, and potentially approve some of them earlier than others. But I just think that they want to approve all of them on the same day, and that would leave only until this Friday, 2 more days until they are able to do that. So we will see, guys. But yes, if you do see that for the markets, then you can expect Bitcoin going up higher. If you do not see that, because I do believe that there's a lot of people also expecting them to approve them all before Friday, and then you could see a potential drawdown here for Bitcoin should we not see that happen. So we still need to be prepared for that. And that is why I'm talking, or that is why I was saying that be careful. If you were building that short, then this was the opportunity to take that profit. Because yes, we could go down lower, there's no denying that, but you also stand the risk of that ETF being approved, and then it goes straight through. Maybe you can just put the stop loss at some point here, going up. So if you do see that insane pump, then the stop loss gets triggered if you are in a short right now. But just be careful, because there is still that possibility, I would say 50-50, that the ETFs are approved before Friday. Now, let's continue and talk about this. So the whales holding between 100 to 10,000 Bitcoin have distributed 60,000 Bitcoin. They have basically sold 60,000 Bitcoin, roughly worth $2.2 billion they have sold right now. Now, that makes sense, because these whales, they were actually accumulating at very low levels. They were accumulating at levels like my orange box down here at 30K, even lower. We've been seeing this on the chart, guys, on the on-chain analytics, that whales were accumulating as crazy here down at my orange box at $16,000. So they've been accumulating a lot of Bitcoin, and now, because we are right at my orange box down up here. So it makes sense for the whales to scale out of their positions as we reached my orange box up here. So big resistance, and the whales distributing some Bitcoin, we're going down and waiting for the next major move towards the upside. Now, this is not too bad, because this gives the people that weren't accumulating down at those lower levels, it gives them the opportunity to get in a little bit cheaper at least. So we're watching that, guys. Now let's talk about this massive manipulation, because yesterday was all over the news that an XRP ETF had been filed from BlackRock. Now, when I saw this, I was skeptical. I was very skeptical. And what I said is that, when I looked at this, I said, this is probably not correct. So what I wrote is that it has been reported that XRP is pumping 10% because it has been reported that BlackRock filed for an iShares XRP trust entity. Now, why did people believe this? Because you saw a file, this file in particular, and this is the same file you saw for Bitcoin and you saw for Ethereum, so it looked legit, but I was still very skeptical that they would do it for XRP. And then a couple of minutes, or basically half an hour later, it was reported by BlackRock themselves that the XRP trust is actually false, that they didn't file this and it's all a big hoax. So what you saw is XRP pumping 15% and retracing that entire pump thereafter. Now, the weird thing about this, because all the news outlets, of course, they posted about this, but what's weird about this is that this was filed by Daniel Schweiger, which is actually a director from BlackRock themselves, and the address reported was actually BlackRock's headquarters. So either, and this has to be filed with signatures, it has to be filed at a notary. This is serious stuff, guys. This is not just someone sending an email saying, yeah, just put this on the website. This is serious stuff. And if someone faked this in his name and in BlackRock's name, this is a serious crime, a serious fraud crime. So if they catch this guy who did this, it's not going to be good news. On the flip side, of course, it could be that BlackRock themselves actually filed this and there's some kind of manipulation going on. We cannot rule that out, although I see it as highly unlikely. So guys, this is what I got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.